Hello, my name is Koshxs, and welcome back to Arknights Endfield, episode 6. Sit tight, relax, and I hope you enjoy.
It's like I'm chasing the sun, and all my fears are on the run. Can't take my freedom, now you can take my freedom. It's like I'm walking on water, and all the waves don't even bother. This is my kingdom, and you can take my freedom. It's like I'm chasing the sun, and all my fears are on the run. Can't take my freedom, now you can take my freedom. It's like I'm walking on water, and all the waves don't even bother. This is my kingdom, and you can take my freedom.
Alright, and we now have enough for Ego Cross to continue the story. There you go, Big Owl.
Fabulous! I now have everything I need to start repairing the prototype. Enman, make sure you're here to witness its awakening. Don't miss it. Promise you'll be here to see it.
Sure, no problem. But
Landbreakers? Why would they want these things? T11 Originium prisms are highly fragile. Same goes for the high-precision nucleic crystal centers. If handled by untrained personnel, they can be easily damaged. The prototype is an experimental tech we developed for the ether side. To the Landbreakers, it's probably just a hunk of scrap.
well, surely more going on in there than it seems.
Yeah, quite odd indeed. Maybe some Landbreakers thought, hey, that looks expensive, and figured they could flip it on the black market. Anyway, since we've retrieved the crucial items, let's focus on the matter at hand. We should also update each other if we find anything new.
You know, that kind of thinking is gonna get us killed. Oh, it's nothing but scrap for them, I'm sure.
Endman, I received Andre's message. Good job out there. A team to reinforce the Originium byproduct processing center is en route. The arsenal is the objective of our next mission. I couldn't get in touch with our arsenal engineer. The entrance of the arsenal was blocked by a collapsed building during the attack. Our closest Enfielder is investigating the site as we speak. She should be in touch with you soon.
Edmund, we got a high payload situation on our hands. We don't have enough people to clean up the collapsed building, and we couldn't bring in the heavy machinery. The only solution left is to up the yield and blast it all to pieces. I wonder if the crisis team could do me a favor and get me some of that Originium powder? I'll wait for you at the arsenal entrance.
Sure, but it's gonna cost you.
Originium powder?
Just kidding.
I'm sure Big Owl knows how to make it, right?
Of course I do. It's time to reveal the shredding unit. Mineral ores, metals, plants, it doesn't matter. You name it, it shreds it. This is your penultimate shredding solution, proudly designed by Enfield Industries. Head to the PAC and use it to construct a shredding unit. The PAC is meeting all our expectations so far. We just don't have a lot of numbers from field operations. We're counting on you to generate the data, Enman. Try to deploy the shredding unit close to the PAC.
So the shredding unit, it is indeed a cornerstone of the AAC factory system. We're gonna be using that to shred all kinds of stuff, as Big Al said. Minerals, metals, plants, basically. You're gonna be shredding originum ore to make other originum products. You can shred amethyst, iron. You're gonna be shredding plants to make medicines and other consumables.
Enman, activate the shredding unit control panel to check how it's used.
Imagine falling into it. Must be horrible. And you're gonna be needing it for a lot of stuff, so you're gonna want to make a couple of them, but that'll come later on. For now, we're just gonna learn how to use it. So you can throw in some originum to make originum powder. I do highly recommend avoid, because you can, putting Origo crust into it, which will make Origo crust powder. It's not apparent at the beginning why
right?
you use
It shares
Origo
the
crust
same
powder.
basic control panel as the refining unit.
Yeah, so you just
I say it's
make
time to
originum
shred some
powder. It'll be much more useful. You're gonna have a ton of Origo crust powder if you do that, and you won't know what to use it for. Alright, so we're just gonna make a bit more over here. I think that amount should
Time to head
suffice.
to the arsenal. I haven't had proper fireworks ever since I left Wu Ling.
If I'm not mistaken, the local arsenal is managed by an arsenal engineer from Endfield.
Arsenal engineer? I remember seeing a little girl who was always running around with weapons in her arms back in Enfield. Are they related?
The arsenal engineers of Enfield Industries are professionals in all forms of armaments. The
little girl is actually their director. What? A little girl with weapons on her back? I'm not sure I want to ask. Right, that I want to know. Right, let's
There's
move
no
on.
way we can get through all this rubble. Let's go and find our fellow Enfielder.
Alright, what's this? Can I break it? Nope. I can't break it with swords. I'm guessing it has something to do with this barrel.
You're here! Our high payload situation hasn't changed at all. I've prepped the explosives and marked the detonation site. Don't worry, there's no risk of sympathetic detonation. I just hope you have the originium powder to make the bombs.
Yes, we do.
Ho ho ho! Enman, this barrel of originium bombs is ready for use. Blasting, demolishing, and rubble-clearing work has never been easier. Oh, and our AIC factory has been deployed, right? Enman, you can totally use the factory to make even more explosives!
She really likes explosives.
Yeah, kind of reminds me of someone. Have you watched Konosuba? Anyways, so explosives. You'll find these originum barrels to make explosives scattered across the field, around the world. You'll find these destructible pieces of environment, which you'll need to blow up with these originum bombs. Now, you cannot take the originum explosive too far away from the barrel, right? So that's why you'll eventually need to craft your own explosives, as the operator mentioned. That's gonna come in later on. Even at the stage that I'm on, I haven't been able to set up a proper line of production for explosives. They're not extremely necessary, but it'll be useful if you have them, because you'll find some destructible pieces of environment that won't be so close to a barrel. So consider making a few and carrying them around in your backpack. Origo crust and explosives might be useful. Again, not mandatory, just useful. Okay?
Alrighty. Hope I don't miss. Right on target. I give that explosion a 10 out of 10.
Chen, I remember you making quite a scene with some fireworks. Perhaps you have a knack for demolition work.
Shh! Not here! Not in front of so many people, Pearly. That happened way back.
Burly. Okay, so Chen is a bit of a pyromaniac, maybe? What's this?
Hey, you alright?
Oi! No sleeping on the job. Get up!
Breathing is stable. No external injuries detected. He's likely unconscious from the blast. Work ID says Semyon. His vitals look stable. Let's wake him up. Wait, Chen. Go easy on him, alright?
Yeah, I gave him a good slap.
What? An anchor fall struck our base? Wait. Yeah. It's all coming back to me. There was this very loud explosion, and the entire place shook like jelly. Something then probably hit my head.
Ah. Oh.
Sure, probably.
Thank you, Administrator and Supervisor Perlica. You saved my life. I must return to my post.
I'm just joking.
Fortunately, this arsenal still seems intact. Take a piece or two. It's my duty to make sure you're wielding the best weapons we have.
We'll take all of it. But actually, no. You see, this is another weapons store. It's different from the arsenal that we already have access to. And to buy these weapons, you use something called Valley Stock Bills. We haven't been able to explore this type of currency much just yet, but trust me, we will soon, very soon. Well, not in this episode maybe, but soon. And all you need to know for now is that it's not just another currency. It's going to be very easy to get it in the near future. So feel free to spend here. Just take into account that these are 4-star weapons. If you haven't noticed, you get plenty of these around in the world, from opening chests, from completing a few puzzles, from maybe defeating a certain enemy. So you will get them for free. But if you, after a certain level of exploration, you still don't have all weapons for all of your operators, you might consider buying one from here. At this point, so early in the game, I'm still missing a couple more weapons. So what's more, one more sword for the admin and for Chen. Alright, so I'm gonna share. I'm gonna buy one of these, and don't worry, because they're on a discount. I'm only spending 50 of these Valley stock bills, and trust me, it's extremely easy to get them later on. Imagine that at this stage of the game, the moment that I'm recording this voice, doing this voice recording, I already have about 300,000 Valley stock bills, and that's nothing compared to what most people have. So yeah, I'm just gonna buy one, but just that one. So this is just another store that you can visit by going to this facility where this guy is standing. Now about weapons, you can upgrade them just as you do with any other game, or specifically with gacha games. If you play Genshin, you'll find this very similar. You level them up and you can refine them by using other copies of the same weapon to rank them up, make them stronger. The only difference here is one more material called essence, right? By adding essence, you basically get a flat bonus to the weapon, not necessarily to attack. We'll take a look at that in a little bit, but you'll need weapon XP materials. You're gonna need other weapons. Either one of those are gonna help you level up the weapon. Nothing new there. And once again, if you pull for in the Ascension, in the, what do you call it? Arsenal, sorry. In the Arsenal ticket store, you're gonna get more copies of weapon. I recommend that you spend them. Have several copies for different operators. It's up to you. Alrighty. Upgraded weapons do make a difference, so do try to upgrade them as soon as possible. And here, essences are just materials that the world are gonna drop for you to add to your operators. To your weapons.
Knowing I could help. I still have some gear in stock. Come find me if you need anything.
Alright, thank you very much. And then getting my message. Baker is back in the valley. Got something nice from the proto. Beat me where we first met. What? Not sure what he's talking about, but...
Speaking of which, the Valley won't be the only place that's getting an AIC factory, right?
Valley 4 is the first step for the AIC factory. Our plan is to deploy the AIC in various regions along the frontiers.
So what happens after that?
After that?
Yeah, once we step into the frontiers, what do you want to see? Brand new cities? Or cozy homes for everybody?
I actually hope to see all those visions you listed, but truth be told, I never thought about the question you asked. Perhaps I only hope to witness the fulfillment of a long-held wish.
Oh, a wish from Pearly? I bet it's something noble and compassionate.
No. It's not a wish from me. It came from someone else. Someone who shared it with me.
Okay. Alright, well, speaking about sharing, I want to share something with you. And take a look at this. Take a closer look at Chen's sword, specifically the one she has on her left hand. That one. And her sheath. It has a very particular design.
I just thought of a joke. Anyone want to hear it?
Sure.
Hey, a little reaction, please.
I'm here. Go on. Go and tell your joke. I mean, fine. I don't know why she didn't tell her joke. I tried to interact with her, but nothing happened. Anyway, so take a look at this. The one on the left, I can't remember her name. She's a different character. But the one on the right, that's Chen from the original Arknights series. And take a look at her sword. Looks familiar, doesn't it? It's the same sword that Chen from this game has. And remember, Chen from the original Arknights is an ancestor from this Chen. I wonder if it's a sword, if it's the same sword that was passed on from generation to generation, or if it's just another sword with the same design. Just a curious detail.
Oh, activation success! Can you hear me? Hello?
Ooh.
Are you there, my little buddy? T-A-T-A?
Oh, so this is the TATA.
Absolutely wonderful! This proves my repair work was a success. This here is Operator Chen, this is Supervisor Perlica, and this is our Administrator.
Oh, you know that thing's gonna turn evil. That screen is gonna go red, and we're all gonna regret
This
it.
little buddy's smart module is what Yvonne slapped together in her spare time. Though it might offer a bit of fun, the module's functions are rather limited.
And we're still not sure what it does. Or at least I'm not sure what it does. It hasn't been completely obvious to me, I'm sorry.
Andre!
What? Is this a radio call? No, wait. It's a pre-recorded voice message.
This voice message is triggered if some dummy performs a hard reboot during maintenance mode. You! What did you do to my precious baby bot?
Ooh, someone predicted Big Owl and all his silly moves.
I don't know what you did, but it's gotta be serious. Get yourself over to my place and apologize. Also, bring my baby bot along. Remember, if you ever do that again, there'll be no mercy.
I'm willing to bet that's Yvonne.
Edmund, Supervisor Perlica, you must be my witnesses. I did nothing wrong. I did my best.
I'm not sure about that. Good luck, I guess.
Oh, that's cruel. Whew. In any case, I have plenty of legitimate reasons to reactivate the prototype. Even in maintenance mode, the prototype can still monitor and log ambient data of its surroundings. Thanks to the ports you retrieved, these data logs have now been successfully decrypted.
Is that why you told us to come over? All right, stop hoarding the info to yourself. Tell us what you discovered.
Okay, listen. I found abnormal energy fluctuations coming from the Valley Fort. They appeared shortly before the anchor fall. The intervals between these fluctuations are nearly identical to the intervals between the anchor's arrival. They are just too similar. So I have to conclude there's a link between them. I don't know about the details or principles of how it happened, but this feels like a valuable finding we should look into.
Then we should try to contact the Valley Fort quickly. Let's head to the control tower. We can probably use the comms node there.
Valley Fort. I see what you did there. Oh, yeah, the crafting manual. So this is something that you'll unlock at this stage. Basically, the more materials that you collect, the more blueprints or formulas, to be more accurate, you will unlock. So let's say bug flour, right? So the more bug flour that you collect, the better the healing products you'll be able to produce, right? So right now you can make bug flour powder, but if you continue collecting more bug flour, you'll be able to make something called a bug capsule. If you collect even more flowers, you'll be able to make a better version of the bug capsule, and so on and so on. Alrighty, so the game encourages you to continue picking up stuff, to continue exploring. There's a way to cheese that through the AAC factory, actually. We'll take a look into that later on. So, we're back in the base. We're going to talk to Director Chin in order to progress the story. I believe we'll be heading up
The control
north.
tower received plenty of great news from around the base. Stellar work out there, Administrator. Basic amenities of the hub area are working again. There's only one core issue that we still need to fix right now. Our main comms node is currently inoperable. I've taken parts from other machines and got most of the node fixed, but the core component has suffered devastating damage. It's a top secret component, and the backup part has been lost during the attack. Endman, I know I've already asked a lot from you, but legends speak of your miraculous work with Originium equipment. We desperately need some of those miracles right now.
I don't know. Miracles.
Endman, there was a time when you could directly sense the operations of Originium machinery. You could even fine-tune Originium circuits on the fly. Modify gear, repair machines. You use this special form of arts often. Originium has a wide range of applications. We used both the Originium arts and industrial technology for power production and the processing of various materials. Telos 2 has plenty of Originium cultivation sites and mines. In fact, we can call ourselves a civilization that stands atop the shoulders of Originium.
At one point in our history, Originium mining led to a series of environmental and social issues. However, we had no choice but to press forward. Originium is a resource essential for our survival.
If you'd like to know more about that, watch the original Arknights. Fine, if I must, I'll fix your device.
But the Endman has just been awakened recently, and wielding powerful forms of Originium arts will affect anyone's health. Let me try something else. We can always find another way.
No. Don't worry, Perlica. I got this. I'm fine. I've been sleeping for 10 years. You think I want to just stand around, crossing my arms, doing nothing?
Fine. But if you feel any discomfort, stop immediately.
Sure.
We're all counting on you, Administrator.
Alright. Let's work with magic. I don't know if I already showed you this. Again, forgive my memory. No, but we're getting the tutorial, so it must be the first time. So this is actually a bit fun. really simple puzzle that you'll be able to complete throughout the world. There are a few machinery, a few robots, a few circuitry that you'll be able to repair as the admin. It's basically a mini game where you need to stack up the pieces in a square to fulfill a series of conditions, like X amount of squares in a horizontal line or in a vertical line, to make sure that they all fit. And yeah, it's basically that. And the game will give you a hint if you are taking a little bit long to figure it out. It doesn't happen too often because these are actually quite easy. I've been taking my time with some because of brain farts, but actually they're pretty easy. But again, the game does have the option to give you a hint, because the idea is not for you to sit there all day trying to figure this out. The idea is for you to get out there and play. But this is a bit fun. It's basically for chests with extra steps. Instead of a key, you do a puzzle to get a few more rewards.
Welcome to Endfield Industries.
That's a lot of new messages.
Booting up.
Someone save us! The Valley Fort! So many landbreakers! Help!
Too much noise, scumbag!
Hey! Who are you calling a scumbag?
The Valley Fort seems to have fallen.
That landbreaker. Was he trying to taunt us?
An LB mob raided Andre's basement labs. Another group attacked the Originium byproduct processing center. And then there's this group.
It seems like while our comms were down, the Landbreakers launched simultaneous attacks at multiple key locations throughout Valley 4. I'll have our comms team keep constant tabs on the situation.
Simultaneous attacks across an entire region. This doesn't make sense. The Landbreakers lack the organizational capacity to pull this off. Agreed. We need to act and respond in kind.
Hell yeah! I say it's time for the Enfield counterattack.
Before we made our landing, I had Dijong contact all combat operators in the surrounding regions to reinforce our position. One of them is a Landbreaker specialist. His last reported position is just nearby. We shall rendezvous with him on our way to the Valley Fort.
Wait, Endman, before you set off, I actually have something for you.
So I agree with this decision. Take the fight to them, because if we're just gonna sit around letting the Landbreakers do their thing, they're gonna start completing their goals and building up until whatever end game they're planning. They're gonna hit us, and we're not gonna know what it was, right? So it's best if we hit them first, right? And it's best if we do it right now. Well, actually not right now, because we just unlocked the gear system. Right, so the gear system is actually pretty simple. You might have seen this in any other game, not just any gacha, but in MMORPGs. You basically equip armor, shirts, gloves, and stuff to your character. If you play Genshin, this is basically the artifact system. And equipping several pieces of equipment to your character, to your operator, if you complete a set, you will get another bonus. This will give you strength, will, agility, etc. In Genshin you need 4 pieces to complete one set. Over here you only need 3 pieces to complete one set. That's actually pretty nice, which makes it even easier to use the system. And all the gear pieces are crafted through the AAC. One more reason to invest in that.
Lighter gear?
There's armor, there are gloves, and 2 pieces of kit, and there's also the tactical slot. The tactical slot is basically where you equip consumables, basically healing items or other types of food that will help you buff your your team. stuff that will give you attack, stuff that will give you HP, and so on and so on. Early game, I heavily recommend adding just a healing item. I'm not going to add any just yet because I still haven't been able to build many buck capsules. I'm planning to do that with the AAC factory because I really want to automate all of that. Because as you can see, as you may have noticed, I'm really bad at dodging, right? And I still don't know what I'm doing in combat at this stage of the game. So I'm gonna be taking a lot of damage. I want a lot of healing devices, and the best way to get a ton of healing devices is by a factory. Okay, so just don't forget, you do the same. Equip a healing item, equip whatever you have available right now. At this stage you'll only have basically armor and a few more things. I just added the basic
The
stuff
security
for
division
them.
and the crewmates managed to find some pieces of gear from our stockpile. Though they're not top-notch, equipping them is at least better than nothing.
Indeed.
When the anchor came crashing down on us, I did my best to keep my cool and soldier on. But truth be told, my mind turned into a total mess. Your intervention helped us through the worst of this crisis. You also sped up our recovery and post-disaster relief work. It is my genuine wish, on behalf of the hub base and all site personnel, to express our everlasting gratitude for your help. Oh, and by the way, I actually planned a nice little reception for you. Once things get back on track at the base, I'll try to organize another party for you. Endman, Supervisor Perlica, and Operator Chen, never bite more than you can chew. And do not press a desperate foe. It's always better to be safe than sorry. You already did a lot for us, and people at the hub base only wish to see you return safely.
I understand, Director Chin. We all do.
You can count on me.
All right then. Good luck out there.
And good luck to you, Director Cheska.
Every action taken by the Landbreakers seemed... to be pointed at Andre's prototype, Endfield Industries, and even you, Administrator. I say it's time to go and reveal the truth.
Yeah, this is actually the correct move. Let's not wait for them to attack us. Let's attack them first. Let's find out what it is that they're planning. Okay. And I just progressed through the second part of the New Horizons permanent activity. Newcomer event, let's call it. So that gives me 10 more pulls for one of the characters over here. Remember, I'll need to get to 40 in order to get a 6-star. But for now, only 10 pulls will give me a 5-star. Let's see who it is.
Greetings. I'm your operator from Rhodes Island.
Oh,
Codename
it's Snowshine.
I'm a search and rescue expert specializing in low-temperature operations. Get me on the team if you have a mission in the ice fields or snowy mountains.
And she's from Rhode Island. Nice. So the other were just a bunch of 4-star characters, nothing special. And we already had Snowshine from the event reward from the beginning of the game. But still, that's just potential that we can increase for her. That's gonna make her even better. And we have a nice poster with Snowshine that we can add to the Dijon once we get access to it later on. And I'm just gonna take a moment to increase the potential of other characters over here, and then we'll move on. And you may notice that I just changed my team just a little bit. I'm still using Chen and Snowshine. Chen as my main DPS, Snowshine as my tank, so-called tank. And I wonder if... No, I still cannot get this. That's alright. So I finally added Ardelia, which I got a while ago. Just didn't want to get into her mechanics just yet. but I added her because, as I mentioned previously, she can heal and she can debuff enemies, right? And I added Akikuri, which, based on her class, is capable of restoring SP, and we'll be needing a lot of SP for certain enemies later on because skills interrupt certain abilities.
So many landbreakers. They even built a camp.
They're sitting on the only way to the Valley Ford. I think they're here to block reinforcements.
Please don't kill me! Just give me a chance!
Jesus!
Rising clan does not need gutless cowards! The boss wants warriors! Disciplined warriors! Disobey, and you die! Like this one! Enemies!
Enemies!
Kill them! Show them the power of the clan!
Okay, a bit savage.
They're blocking our only way. Take them down, Chen.
So, who would win? A bunch of savage muscle Frenchmen with sharp, big swords and axes? Or 4 cute girls with anime magic powers? I wonder.
No hardship will stop us. Great teamwork, everyone.
Guess the power of friendship always wins.
Useless trash! Watch and learn how to really tell!
I always highly recommend having one of those operators that can restore your SP. Akikuri is great for that, especially if you got Levantine. And I really must apologize because I still don't know what I'm doing during combat. It feels weird for me at this stage of the game. I still haven't gotten used to it, so what you're seeing on screen right now is a mess. So again, I'm really sorry.
More LBs? Careful, Perlica. These mobs are something else.
This looks different. Oh. Oh. How dare you point a gun at me? Don't you know who I am?
A brave one. Impressive. You must be the legendary Administrator. Gatello Wolfgard Lupino, formally reporting for duty, Administrator.
This one is Italian as well.
That's how Supervisor Perlica usually introduces me. 2 words that go straight to the point.
Wolfgard is an Endfield Specialist Tech Division operator. He's an expert in covert combat, solo operations, and landbreaker issues. You can trust his skills. Listen, Wolfgard. Pointing your gun at a fellow Enfielder is never acceptable. Have I made myself clear?
You tell him, Perlica.
Supervisor Perlica. It was an emergency, and I failed to notice the Administrator. It won't happen again.
I will hold you to that. Valley 4 is in a state of emergency, and the crisis team requires your assistance.
I'm on it. The Bone Crushers have sabotaged the devices for controlling the bridge, and severed the power cables. These raiders only focused on raiding and looting in the past. Such actions are too well thought out. This isn't their style.
This control panel's busted. Those LBs might have stripped its parts off.
The power issue is something we can handle. The automation core will give us an easy fix.
And now we have the fourth member of our team, the official fourth member of the team provided by the game. Of course, we're not gonna use him because we already have our team. And because one does not simply use the free characters given by the game, right? No, actually that's... I'm just joking. I'm using Chen. That's because she's really good. But not for very long. Spoiler alert. But anyways, right now I'm really glad with the team that I have, so we'll keep it. And now this is another reason why you'd like to look into building outside the AAC area. You see this electric nexus? It basically powers up the bridge, and it lowers it down or pulls it up, but it's out of power, so basically we'll need to do the same thing we did with the resonator and bring pylons up from the AAC area up to this point. And here we have our last pylon, and we're gonna connect it to the electric nexus, and there you go, now it works. Now we can lower the bridge. Carry on, forward unto dawn. Perhaps if you got the reference.
We now have a road to reach the Valley Pass.
Before we go, any intel on the Valley Pass?
Fiona, please update us on the latest situation.
Give me a moment. I'm sending you the algorithmic model. Our current objective is the Valley Fort, an old forward base in Valley 4. Valley Fort has a bridge that leads straight to the power plateau. It is the main road connecting the hub to the plateau. Data logs indicate the presence of several settlements near the fort, but I can't verify if they're still around. The haze is obscuring our near-orbital visual analysis. You'll have to survey the site on your own.
I've rescued a number of civilians nearby. From what they told me, key leaders of the Bone Crushers might be active in this area. There are also tracks even I do not recognize, such as strange-looking flames illuminating the skies at night. They are using some power I am not familiar with.
Whatever they're up to, it's big. We better hurry.
There's blood-eating scabs. They're playing with ether in it. Oh, the operational manual. Yeah, you can open this with F8, and it's basically going to take you to a screen with daily missions. Well, not daily missions, daily tasks is more accurate. Well, this node is going to be available at first. Just complete through those tasks and you'll get those nice rewards over there. Yeah, it's a bit of a barrel, a weapon, and some other materials, but if you do the daily tasks, you're also going to be getting a fair amount of ore barrel day by day. So I highly recommend you do that, especially if you're getting the what do you call it? The subscription, the monthly subscription that gives you 200 ore barrels every day. That plus this is gonna be supplying you with enough ore barrel for the month. So if you want to pull for a character, you'll have plenty. And this part of training, it's basically to teach you about operators and their abilities. I haven't gotten too much into that just yet, but I will eventually. So we cross the bridge and we get to a new area of the map. We've basically unlocked the Valley Fort, and this will have a bunch more resources, nodes, and stuff to explore, and it's basically a whole new area of the map where you develop the story even further.
This haze seems really dark and depressing. And what's that large thing way over there?
A dense tech. Dense techs are structures that mark Bone Crusher territories. The other Landbreaker clans also know them well. Bone Crusher chiefs also use these territorial furnaces as symbols of their power. They would burn everything they can't pillage and leave their brutal mark upon the land. Dense stacks can consume almost everything. Bone Crushers would use the haze to herald their invasion. Their rampage through the frontiers always leaves a trail of smoking ruins.
This haze better not be poisonous. It's not, right?
It is.
It's aerosolized blight materials released by the dense stack. It messes with Originium devices. The Bone Crushers use it to hide their advances. It's part smokescreen, part weapon. But haze this dense and concentrated. It can definitely pose serious risks to the human body.
Told you.
Either energy is already uncontrollable. Looks like the Bone Crushers are getting more aggressive with their tactics.
Blight? Ether? Come on, tell me more, I want to know.
Blight is a form of hazard caused by the ether. Their relationship is like lava to a volcano.
Okay.
What Wolfguard said is true. Blight is extremely destructive. It is also very hazardous to both people and Originium equipment.
So, what's the plan? Push through or find another way around?
We still don't know what's going on inside. I'll say we look for other options.
Right, so what I'm getting from all of this, well, you already understand that the Blight is a really toxic and harmful substance that somehow the Landbreakers are using. No, I just can't go there.
We should avoid this haze.
The ether is its source. So, I'm gonna use another Genshin reference for this. If you play Genshin, the ether is basically the abyss. That should explain everything you need to know about it. If you don't play Genshin, it's just like a negative energy to Originium, the opposite, the evil force of this world. So yeah, getting pretty interesting. More and more as we progress through these episodes. I'm really enjoying it, but I think this would be the perfect time to stop for this episode. We'll continue in the next one. We'll be carrying on further into Landbreaker territory to mess up their operations over there. See if we can finally find out who's behind all of this. Maybe finally find that Landbreaker boss who knows more than they should and take them out. Hopefully, right? But anyways, thank you very much for watching, for coming here, sticking around, and I really thank you. I really appreciate it. Every view can help the channel, every like, every subscription, not mandatory, but it is free. Just you being here is enough for me. Thank you very much once again. My name is Koshxs, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.
Two souls colliding. We shared the pieces of ourselves. It's perfect timing now. We fueled the flames, but we're still learning to trust, learning to trust. It's never enough, never enough. Burning me up, burning me up. Don't fight the fire. Too much, too fast to burn us out. We walk the wire, love. Don't make me read your mind, I know it. Learn to trust, learn to trust. It's never enough, never enough. Burning me up, burning me up.